Well, it's that time of the year again. Yes, we have Clemson and South Carolina playing a football game on Saturday, but the night before, there's another annual event, and that is Patrick Davis playing at the Senate, raising plenty of money and toys for a great cause here in the Midlands. The man himself, Patrick Davis, joining us. Buddy, it is always good to talk to you, and it's always good to talk to you at this time of the year because I know this is an event that is near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, brother. Good to see you too, man. And happy holidays. And yeah, it is my fifth annual Toys for Tots show is Friday night at the Senate, and we do this every Thanksgiving weekend on the Friday night. Even if it's not a home game, we always do it, right after Thanksgiving. And it's one of my favorite nights of the year. I keep saying that when people ask me about it, but it's 100%. It's the truth. We cover the entire stage with the toys that folks bring, and it's pretty incredible. When you step back and you look at just this huge stage at the Senate, just covered with bicycles and teddy bears and footballs and basketballs and transformers, whatever it is, it really does make your heart smile, and it also just it kicks off the holiday season. For me, it just kicks off the holiday season. It's become an annual event that I think a lot of people, a lot of my friends and family and fans have kind of started marking their calendar with putting this down. So I'm excited about it, brother.
And the reason we're having you on is because on top of the fact that it's just a tremendous cause, you have been a big, big supporter of Gamecock athletics. You've been a good friend of Gamecock Central for many, many years. I know with Wes Mitchell, Chris Clark, before I had the chance to join the boys over at GC.
Ryan welcome, man. Welcome to the family over here, brother.
I appreciate it. I just missed out because the last time when you performed here in the Midlands, I believe, unless there was another time that I'm missing, was actually at the Gamecock Central kickoff party over at Steelhands.
I know you did. We were texting. I remember we texted about that and tried to get you out there, and you couldn't get off work in time. That was a lot of fun. That was another event that I hope becomes an annual thing. It was kind of put together in about 2 or 3 weeks. But the Steelhand guys are just wonderful, supporters of all Gamecock athletics and Gamecock Central, and just a really big thing to have in the, I think a really powerful little operation to have inside of the Columbia area. So I'm excited about the possibilities there, but that was a lot of fun. It was hot as hell. It was about 95 degrees. And, the Midnight Choir, when we do my big shows, we all wear suits and everything. So it was, we made it through it, and it was a lot of fun. And Friday night will be a little cooler, of course, but same type of atmosphere. A lot of Gamecocks, even a few Tigers, though. Tigers are welcome at this as well. It's so we have a good time, though, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you mentioned the Tigers are there because at the end of the day, this is for a good cause. But I mentioned that past event because there were so many Gamecock fans there. There were so many Gamecock Central subscribers there as well. This Friday night, there will be a very unique song that will be sang, or should I say a unique version of a song that many Gamecock fans know a lot of.
Yeah. I was getting a lot of requests from folks to make a Beamer version of Big Old Cock. And so, I used to have to say Big Old Gamecock, but I think 2021 now we're okay to say Big Old Cock. So I'm going to release that on Friday to all the streaming platforms. But if you guys, depending on when you, this week, I basically just put up on Saturday night, I just had a lyric video put up for that on YouTube, on my site, all that stuff. And maybe we'll get it up on the Gamecock Central, as well. And it's it's been a lot of fun. That's what we're kind of pushing for that to be in the stadium. I feel like it's time for that to be in the stadium. We have the cockpit now, so why not have Big Old Cock kickoff, the third quarter or something like that. So, but yeah, it's I'm excited because Shane has. I am on Gamecock Central. I usually just troll around, but I get on there. If you see PD Music, that is me. And I look at the Gamecock Insider and the football. The Fighting Gamecocks forum. They make me laugh most of the time because there's a lot of people on there that are so passionate. It's pretty phenomenal. But then Wes and Chris and everybody and yourself, the information I find on there from up here in Nashville was always good for me. It makes me realize I'm still in the know. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the Beamer version because Shane has brought a feeling around Gamecock football that has not been there in way too long. So I'm excited.
So you mentioned you go on sometimes. Maybe you saw the edition with Steven Garcia yesterday, a guy who doesn't mix in water. We do our weekly segment of Mix in a Water Monday. He's the complete opposite. He is the guy that probably mixes in a whiskey. And this is a good transition because I know in addition to all the songs that you've been doing, and tours and raising money, one thing in particular that you've done, you have a whiskey out called Whiskey Jam, which you've been nice enough to send me some.
Yes, sir.
I'm towards the end of my bottle here, so hopefully you'll be able to bring me
Well,
some.
you'll get some more. You'll get some more on
And let
Friday.
me
Yeah,
tell
no,
you, this stuff is very smooth. If you are a bourbon fan, whiskey fan, this is something that you want to check out. And it's actually already here in the Midlands. You can go down to
yeah,
Green. You can go down to anywhere that really sells liquor for that matter, I believe,
yeah. Bottles, greens.
in the Midlands, right?
Yeah, and it will be the VIP event on Friday night. The pre-show event is sponsored by Whiskey Jam. You'll be able to get it there. We have the straight whiskey. I actually partner with Firefly Distillery in Charleston on this, and so we make a really great whiskey with our friends at Sazerac, which is essentially Buffalo Trace, and it's good whiskey, man, and it's good for the price point. And actually, one of the things I always laugh at on the Insiders Forum is they always have a whiskey. They always have like a thing about whiskey, and they're like, "Where can you find some good whiskey?" And I always have to stop myself from going on there and just doing a big like, you need to drink this whiskey. But I may do it eventually. But yeah, Whiskey Jam whiskey. Y'all check it out. You can get it a few spots in town. Have it. It's only available in Nashville and in South Carolina. So it's kind of an exclusive thing. You got to be a Gamecock, to kind of know about it. So you guys definitely check it out. And I think it's for the price point. I don't think you'll find a better whiskey. So there you go. There's my spill on Whiskey Jam. And you can order it online too. You can have it delivered straight to your house. So there you go.
How about that? Anyway, off the couch. You can be able to sit down. You can watch the Gamecocks. You can watch Patrick Davis on YouTube. Go down the old rabbit hole. Watch all the old videos he did during quarantine. Was that? What was the name of that session you call?
Couch covers. I did it right here on this couch with my dogs that are right here behind me. Yeah, I did. I just basically, as we all did, we tried to figure out ways to make ourselves, not go crazy during quarantine, and that was what I did. I played music, and so that's a good thing to do, I believe, and I miss sports, man. And this weekend is a big deal for all of us. I know we had a football season last year, but it kind of felt like a half a season. And so I'm excited about this weekend. And I can't imagine you guys have to be like just blowing up with the excitement over, what's happening right now in Gamecock, sports in general. I mean, like, Dawn winning yesterday was awesome. The women's soccer team, which I don't know anything about, but I see that they made the Elite Eight. That's exciting. There's some cool stuff going on out there. And Frank, and I'm a big Frank Martin fan. Frank's a really, he's a good dude. And so I'd love to see him have some success as well. So I think it's a good time to be a Gamecock.
And we're taping this on a Tuesday, so knock on wood that by the time this comes out on Wednesday, everything will continue to be good. I don't know if you are familiar with the Office and the countdown they'd have, like X amount of days since their last accident. We started changing that back in the spring. And what I will do is I will turn it into kind of like a Gamecock meme, and I'll put a basketball player's head on it, Don Staley's head on it, Frank Martin's face on it, or Shane. And right now the count is up to 9 days of positive Gamecock Twitter. So that's something that I continue to throw up on social media each day. And it's become one of those things Gamecock fans are like, all right, Mike, where is it now? So knock on wood, by the time this episode drops on Wednesday, since we're recording it before the men's basketball game on Tuesday night, that will be up to double digits. I can tell you, as long as I've been here, it has never reached double digits. So hopefully it can.
Yeah. I don't know. 2 weeks, 10 days is a long time for Gamecocks to be happy. So that's good.
Well, let me ask you this, Patrick. Being someone that grew up in this state, we had the chance on Tuesday to interview Shane Beamer with the players as well. Some of those guys growing up in South Carolina, a guy like Nick Muse, his brother played for Clemson. They understand what this rivalry is all about. From a fan perspective, not having this game a year ago, to have it back in your life, number one. But number two, what does it mean anytime these two teams play, specifically in football? We understand that the other sports have been there, but it just seems like it doesn't matter what the records are. It's so cliche to say, but the fact that these two are finally meeting on the football field, it just seems like there's a added buzz in the air that just hasn't been around in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Camden, and as we all know, any of us that grew up here in South Carolina, this is the biggest weekend of the year in a lot of ways for a lot of folks. I always like to say that sports, it's like music and some other things out there. They bring people a lot closer together. Maybe folks that wouldn't know each other otherwise. or maybe not have much to talk about, and this is that thing, even if you're a Clemson fan, you're a South Carolina fan, this is the week we all come together. It's like Thanksgiving. I actually think it's greatest on Thanksgiving because it's that thing we can all, communicate about. Hopefully nobody gets too crazy about it. It is just a sport, but at the same time,
just mix in a water with your whiskey jam.
But we do want, it would be really wonderful to win. I was at the Tannehill game when he signed his name on the field. I was there. I was a kid, maybe 9th or 10th grade or something up in Clemson. And, I've been to a number of Carolina Clemson games and some great memories. And I'm hoping that this Saturday night adds to that. And it'll only add fuel to the fire. If we somehow pull it off on Saturday night, that's going to just, that creates the route. We had 5 years where the rivalry was all of us, and now it's been 6 years of them. And I think we're a little better when it's a kind of a give and take, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, that's something like that. So I'm excited about what the possibility holds for Gamecock football. And I think that with Shane, even if we don't win Saturday night, I think the uptick in what's happened this year, I think the recruiting trail is going to be, I think we're going to get some really great guys coming in the next couple of years, and this is going to be a much more even rivalry. And maybe we will actually bump ahead. It's all cyclical, and so we will see what happens. But I'm excited. I honestly don't care what happens on Saturday night in terms of, as long as we have a decent showing. I want us to win, but I think that the future for us is a lot brighter than it was, a year ago.
Should be a decent showing Friday night under the lights, but a big show the night before. Patrick Davis and his Midnight Choir. What would you tell people who are interested in going, trying to get maybe a last minute ticket and what to really expect if they haven't been to one of your concerts, never mind the night before the Clemson USC game, which, as you alluded to, this is the 5th year you've been doing this for Toys for Tots.
Yeah, well, the show is, I think I do tables, with COVID protocols. I think the Senate's usually about 1,000 people. I cut that down to a little less than half and try to make it just a little more spread out. And we do tables and stuff. The tables are all gone, but you can get single tickets. And what to expect. It's going to be a good night of a lot of love for South Carolina, not just the Gamecocks, just for the whole state of South Carolina. When I get to come home, it's my family. The Midnight Choir is kind of like my family, but my actual family will be on stage. My dad will be playing guitar with me. My little sister sings background. My fiance, Lauren, is going to get up and sing some songs. And we just really want to have a really great night that feels appropriate for what is Thanksgiving weekend. What is Carolina Clemson? Because Carolina Clemson is really about our state being together for that weekend to talk of, we're just all South Carolinians. And I have a lot of songs. I know you're a Boston boy, but you're kind of adopted now. So, we do, I'll do Where I'm From. I'll do Carolina When I Die. I'll do My Carolina. I'll do all these songs that are kind of centric to the feeling that we have about where we grew up. And then once again, that's not just for Gamecocks. Now I know it's for Gamecock Central, but if you have a Clemson friend, bring them out. I'll only talk shit to them for a very small amount of time. So, and
I got a biscuit now named after me, so I guess I'm practically a Southerner now. They don't have
and I don't have a biscuit named after me. I mean, that's official. When you have a biscuit or if you get like a food entree, at Hall's maybe or something like that, that's when you really know you've made it as a South Carolina.
Well, I haven't made it that far yet, but I'll take my Bojangles biscuit. I'll definitely have to make sure. I know you're giving me some whiskey jam. I'll have to hook you up with but we'll make that happen.
Yeah, I will definitely take you up.
He's Patrick Davis. Be sure to come on out 7:00, correct?
Yeah, 7:00 is the VIP stuff. The show starts I think the doors for regular general admission is at 8:00. And the Marines will be out there to take your toys. Just bring the toys and any toy. Like it's just, it's something for kids, I think no older than maybe 10 or 11 or something like that. But we'll put them all on stage. There's some giveaways that we do during the show. I pick like the craziest gifts that somebody brings. Like last year, somebody brought this gigantic unicorn. I mean, like stuffed animal, like it was the size of like a bus, and so of course they're going to win something, it's stuff like that. We have a good night. And once again, it's all about love. That's kind of the idea with the holidays and the kindness, generosity, and, of course, a lot of Gamecock love in there too, but it's a good night.
I think you sing a song, L-O-V-E. See, I remember. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're
for
ready.
Patrick Davis
You're ready.
to come
That's
back
right.
into
That's
town.
right.
Hey, buddy, always good talking with you. Appreciate everything that you continue to do for your community. You're someone that has never forgot where he came from. You mentioned you're from Camden, but you obviously have that Gamecock blood in you as well. But more importantly, this weekend, outside of Saturday, of course, you have that South Carolina blood in you, and you look forward to being able to make a difference in your community. So big
man.
thank you for continuing to do that, because I know you make a lot of people's lives much brighter, especially this time of the year.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I graduated from USC in a shade under 6 years with a history degree. So I'm glad that I can finally give back,
So he's Patrick Davis. You can catch him this Friday night at the Senate. VIP doors open at 7:00, 8 p.m. for the rest of you. Make sure to bring a toys, because that is what it's all about this weekend. Toys for Tots, a great way to get the weekend kicked off with that big game coming up on Saturday under the lights at Williams-Brice. South Carolina and Clemson playing for the first time in over 720 days after last year's game was canceled.